Hey, I'm here with a true goddess, Empress, Master. What do you want to call it?
Just a humble servant, for the people.
Humble servant for the people. I love that. So, first question I do have is what got you started into being a servant to the people and for the community?
Well, first I had to become a servant for myself and for my family. So let me just kind of back up a little bit.
Okay.
Health and wellness became my ministry because I needed to find ways to heal myself naturally.
I heard about you actually through a friend, as you know, Sierra,
Yes,
who spoke highly of you,
give
and it
thanks.
just made me intrigued also. And now I'm actually a fan, a huge fan, and glad to be here with you.
Oh my goodness, to hear you saying that you're a fan, Rich, I'm humbled
Yeah.
because you're also trailblazing, and that's what we want to do. We want to inspire ones and ones for
Yeah.
this to catch like wildfire
Yeah.
because it's time for us to truly step up and really embody, this lifestyle. It's something that you can't really put into words. You just have to experience it. It's like somebody go to church and then
Yeah.
get saved. This feeling, natural, amazing feeling when you can think, smell, and see the anti-aging stops naturally.
Yeah, most definitely. So with that being said, what is food to you?
Well, when you walk into the cafe, we have a plant-based cafe here in Treasure Beach, Jamaica, and it's the mantra that we have on the wall: "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine thy food." Food
Yeah.
should become your medicine.
Uh-huh.
It's not just to sit and it's to really know why you're eating, what you're eating, and what it's actually doing to your body. And when you start to look at it from that way, you have a greater respect.
I agree. Because a lot of times we take food and we subconsciously eat what just looks good, not knowing what it actually is or does to us. So, and then we become addicted, and it's too late to turn around for some people because it's a mental thing at that point.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
agree.
It's not so much a mental thing, you'd be surprised. Just to kind of back up a little bit, we have scientists that's really making our food.
Mm,
A lot of our foods are engineered.
yeah.
A lot of our foods have chemicals in it where we become addicted.
Yeah.
There was a very famous study that was around, where they had mice in lab, where they actually gave them sugar
Yeah.
and they gave them cocaine.
Mm,
And they were running more towards the sugar versus the cocaine. Because
yeah.
sugar, when you look at sugar in terms of the chemical construct of it,
Yep.
it's two molecule away from crack cocaine. So it's
Hmm.
even more addicting than crack cocaine. So a lot of our foods are filled with chemicals that we are addicted to and don't even know it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I seen a study about that also. How
Hmm.
they compared the brains to a person who's addicted to cocaine and someone who's addicted to sugar,
Hmm.
and it's literally no difference. The colors that show up was the same, so that was crazy to me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and a lot of our processed food. So that's why we really encourage ones and ones. Try to get your food as natural as possible and really one ingredients.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, what does healing mean to you?
Healing for me means, giving the body its opportunity to tap into its innate wisdom, which is indwelling.
Mm.
We all come in with a blueprint,
Yep.
which came in with us. That's a part of our construct. And to be able to activate your natural healing, to be able to dispel disease. If your toes start to hurt you or your headaches start to hurt you, to be able to trace it just to figure out what's going on. Because the first time you go to a doctor, he's going to sit there and ask you what's going on, how you feel, how long has this been going on.
Yeah,
So you yourself can become your own physician and to find out how to remedy,
I agree.
you know.
Do you think anything is curable?
Well, Ashe, let me honor one of our ancestors, Dr. Sebi,
Ashe.
and some of the pioneers in terms of whose shoulders I'm standing on. I'm not just sitting here with this knowledge.
Mm.
It came via a lot of our healers that are no ancestors. So when
Mm-hmm.
you think about Dr. Sebi, Dr. Lila Africa, when you think about those that have really left a blueprint for us to study, when you think about our ancient, even before that, ancient times with Himotep, all the great healers that have walked this planet,
Yeah.
that really talk a little bit about the heal thyself lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Four, who is still around, had a chance to work and study with her. Newport Interhemet, I'm a sacred woman for 20 years.
Wow.
And, being an Ankh carrier for life, You have to understand that how the construct, how our body is made up. Our body will never try to kill itself, and how it's designed. I'm a farmer, and I
Yeah.
work a lot with plants.
Mhm.
And when you look at a seed, when you plant the seed, it's going to give you back the same fruit that
Yeah.
it's from. So it's the same thing in terms of the blueprint that we have in our
Mhm.
human construct. So starting out with 2 cells that replicated into 4, into 8,
Yeah.
into 16, and
Yeah.
how it constantly multiplied.
Mhm.
So knowing that a part of us, in terms of how divinely made we are,
Yep.
we have to tap into that blueprint that exists to be able to heal ourselves naturally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you think we all should be farmers?
Not everybody can be farmer because not everybody wants to get their hands dirty and be
Yeah.
out in the earth, and not everybody have access to land to be able to plant.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, in terms of sustainability,
Mhm.
we all should be planting something, whether it's pot of tomatoes on your kitchen counter, whether it's your favorite herb that you're cooking with. It's a different kind of connection when you can say, I'm making some stew,
Mm.
let me grab this piece of basil, or I'm making some let me just pick this piece of thyme that I've made.
Yeah.
There's a certain connection that you have when you're doing that,
Yeah.
in terms of the natural electricity and being responsible for your food.
Mm.
It's something that I can't explain, but you have to experience it.
Yeah.
Nothing gives me joy than being able to walk and pick my own food.
Yeah.
But just to have that connection, because a lot of people don't really understand where your food source is coming from. But when you have that connection, you're connecting directly to source,
Yes.
and being connected to source. I mean, it's, I can't
Yeah.
even explain it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one natural health remedy that you feel like the world need? We don't really know. The average person, I should say, wouldn't know.
Ah,
Or even
one
that you use. One natural health remedy.
one natural health remedy.
Yeah.
Um, Thinking and trying to apply a stress-free attitude towards everything that you're doing, um, and being divinely connected.
Mm.
That's my remedy.
How would you tell someone who don't know how to get connected divinely?
Hmm.
How would you explain how that process works?
Meditation is a wonderful pathway.
Okay.
Whether it's meditation by the ocean,
Mm.
tapping into nature, tapping into source. When
Yeah.
we talk about source energy, it's all around us. We're sitting outside here.
Yeah.
People might think, say, boy, we have smoked something. But this high, it's so ecstatic and it's contagious that you can feel the wind around you. You can
Yeah.
feel the chill in the air. You can see the trees. When you're directly connected to source,
Yeah.
that gives you everything that you need. I mean, it's an amazing feeling, and that's where the healing is going to take place.
Yeah.
Being tapped into directly to source energy, having that direct line
Hmm.
through your food, through your connection to the earth.
That makes me happy because I always speak about the source, which is nature.
Yes, nature.
Nature.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Nature, is the English words, but through the
Okay.
comedic legacy, when we think about etymology and words and the vibration of words,
Yeah.
we said the nature.
Nature.
You know,
I got some work to do.
it's all right. We're here to teach, brother.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
So this will be a big one for back home. So
Okay.
what is your take on mushroom medicine?
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of misinformation about mushroom, which is one of the oldest plant medicine. So I'm not going to come too heady with it or too scientific with it. I'm going to speak a little bit about my experience,
Mm-hmm.
and since I've been working with this plant medicine. Mushroom is an adaptogen. There's so many different mushrooms that's there. You have the whole mycelium, the whole colony of it.
Yep.
It's an intelligent species that's been given to us again by source. And from cordyceps to lion's mane to reishi, there's so many different mushrooms out there.
Yeah.
And we ground, even at the cafe when you came and had, we use oyster mushrooms in one of our stews, which is grown here in Jamaica. And also, there's I'm not going to say a rave, but I think that things come back around to us for a reason. And right now, the healing that really needs to take place for us in terms of our evolution,
Yeah.
I think the mushroom is definitely a pathway for that. So we talk a little bit about the psychedelics.
Yeah.
And Baba Kulinde, who's from out of Detroit, and I would love for you all to research. He was one of my first person that I ever encountered that talked a little bit about psilocybin and what it does to folks of
Okay.
melanated beings or people of color. A lot of persons use it in a lot of sacred ceremonies,
Okay.
especially in the indigenous cultures. Um, since I've been working with this plant medicine, I'm floored by it every single time,
Mm.
in terms of just realizing our connection again to the
Source.
energy on this planet and also to source.
Yeah.
Seeing us as beings of light. And, right now, psychedelics are legal here in Jamaica. 7 countries where it's legal. I can't tell you which are seventh, but I know that Jamaica is one of them. And I'm excited.
I didn't know that it was legal here.
It's legal here.
Nice.
It's legal here. And I'm going to send you some articles on it so you can have a better understanding of,
Yeah.
of what's going on. But right now, moving forward, my plight and what I've been asked to do by divine guidance, by source energy, is to create a safe space for people of color to come and have this experience. In a lot of ways, honoring Baba Kalinde, I know his queen is also doing work as well, to keep his legacy going.
Yeah.
And when you think about the shamans and people that have used this in ceremonies hundreds of years and what it actually does to the body, but not just the body, the mental space, how it's able to reprogram a lot of our programs that we have downloaded. When you have your
Mm.
iPhone, that app not working, you need to delete it.
Yeah.
When you start to get clarity and start to cipher through what we've been taught in a lot of the institutions that we went through. We have accolades that we're walking around with. That's really not
Yeah.
serving us or serving the highest self because it's too deeply steeped in ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, me a doctor, me a this, me a that. But are you really being of service? Are you really making a difference? Are you trying to, in the yogic philosophy, it says, there's a saying that we say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
Mm-hmm.
And that translates to may all beings be happy and free. And may I somehow contribute towards their happiness and their freedom. So it's our responsibilities to help to free one's and one's mind, to see what's really going on, for them to tap into
Yeah.
their highest self. And the medicine, the mushroom medicine, is one way in getting into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are using it wrong. They're just taking it to get high, not knowing the
There's no high
effects.
to it.
Yeah.
There's really no high to the mushroom, and there's nothing that you can't abuse it. For a
Really.
minute you might spaz out, you might flip out, but it's such a sacred medicine that it needs to be honored and it needs to be taken in a responsible way. Because it's an adaptogen, you need to give it energy and ask
Yeah.
for guidance of it. It's not something to be taken recreationally or something for fun. It's a beautiful sacred medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you can say you work with that helped you get to the point you are at today?
Oh my goodness. So many folks that I've worked with, one of them that I really, so many that I'm going to go through and talk. My grandmother, my great grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
the lineage of women that I come from
Yeah.
in my culture here in Jamaica. I'm a descendant of the Maroons. And the Maroons are one of the indigenous tribes that are earth keepers coming from the Coromantee
Mm-hmm.
or the Ashanti tribe from Otagana.
Okay.
And how I was able to trace my lineage, I was at a conference at Temple University at the Shekop Diop conference. And
Okay.
there was a speaker that was there, and he was talking about language and the origin of language and how words coming from the African language and cross over into English. And he was using words like yaba, kude, sensei.
Mm.
And I was standing there, I was like, those are words that I grew up speaking. And then when he was saying that these are actually African words, I couldn't stop crying
Mm.
because instantly I was transported to what my foreparents went through generation ahead, and I just couldn't stop bawling. I was sitting there and I was just tearing up.
Wow.
So being able to trace my lineage back to the Coromantee based on my words that I grew up speaking,
Yeah.
sensei, yaba, kude, knowing that they were Ghanaian words, has given me a strong foundation. So my grandmother, my great grandmother, who kept the herbology lineage and was able to pass that on to me,
Yeah.
stuff that I couldn't learn in university.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm grateful. My mother, who is still here, and she's also a earth keeper. She's also one of my first teachers. Queen of Four, Dr. Leela Africa, um, Dr. Sebi, and if I
Yeah,
have forgotten
thanks.
anyone, yeah,
Ashe.
and definitely my kingman, Stephen Wise. He's definitely one of my teachers as well.
Ashe.
Yes.
Is there anybody you would like to work with?
Um, Definitely, I am open and to be divinely guided. Um, I'm open. I'm not going to say I'm going to work with anybody, but if it's in divine order and in divine flow, I know Sister Sierra and I, we definitely have some connections that is deeper than
Yeah.
no. And I have definitely met some ones on ones that if it's in divine flow, it's going to come back around full circle for us to
I
continue
agree.
to work together.
I agree.
So I send that out to the universe. If it is of divine right, it's already done.
Okay. What is your favorite way to detox?
My favorite way to detox, definitely around springtime. I feel a calling for that. Just before summer comes in, before it gets really hot, the body naturally tells me. A lot of people think it's a new year, but it's really the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
This is really a time of darkness. It's
Mhm.
more when more light is coming on the planet for us to really clean. My favorite way to detox is definitely being a colon hydrotherapist. Colonics is one way, enemas
Really?
is another way.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm licensed by the International Association of Colon Hydrotherapists. So this is how I got into wellness, by that path,
Yeah.
cleaning out the pipes.
Okay.
So that's one way. Another way, because we literally have to clean the body before we're able to put things in, because
Yeah.
the body has a way of reabsorbing the toxins.
That's true.
So you have to clean house. If you get a new apartment, you're not just gonna move in. You're gonna clean it first before you bring in the new furniture. So if you're
That's
trying to
deep.
get on this lifestyle, you have to clean.
You
You
have
know,
to clean.
yeah, you have to clean. So cleanliness is godliness. So it's the path to it.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, man.
What impact would you like to leave on the world?
Um, Definitely lightness of well-being. Because if I can help you to a state of wellness,
Hmm.
if I can help you to see your God self or to see your highest self,
Yeah.
then that effect in terms of, can you imagine somebody that's really well,
Yeah.
that's really in their state of holistic being,
Yeah.
not just physically in terms of appearance. We're so caught up on this accolade. Boy, you want to look good, you want to look pretty, but are you well?
Man.
Are you well? You know what I mean? Are you well to a
Yeah.
state where, oh my goodness, I would love to see wellness
Yeah.
become not just a coin word, but really something that we can all embody and experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Because I speak on that too a lot. A
Hmm.
lot of times people focus so much on the outside and not the inside.
Yes,
Health, true health is what's on the inside.
yes.
What's one book you could recommend to someone to awaken them?
There's so many metaphysical books that definitely took me there. Nope. I'm gonna say Sacred Woman for the Woman, and
Sacred
I'm
Woman.
I'm gonna say Men Heal Thyself. Because it speaks directly to our culture and to ourselves on a broader basis. When you think about metaphysically and spiritually,
Yeah.
definitely there's so many metaphysical books out there that you can tap into.
Yeah.
The Meta Nature is also very deep. The Destruction of Black Civilization